While planting flowers, the man discovered something strange. In the backyard, there was actually a huge wooden box buried underground. He pried open the lid of the wooden box with force. Inside were countless bills and a corpse. Although he was very scared, David still mustered up his courage to open the lid and take out a stack of bills. After returning indoors, he took out a counterfeit detector pen and repeatedly marked the stack of US dollars. After confirming they were all genuine, David, who had just gotten divorced, was overjoyed and didn't know what to do with himself. However, that very night, he was woken up by the sound of footsteps. After opening the door to check, he found nothing unusual. To avoid future trouble, David dug up the wooden box again with a shovel and took out all the money inside. Without eating or drinking, he spent 3 days and nights sorting it. He finally finished counting the pile of money, a total of $3.48 million. David hid the money in the storage room and deliberately put a stack in the bathroom cabinet so that each time he brushed his teeth or washed his face, he could remind himself that he was a millionaire. However, that night, he suddenly heard the sound of wooden boards knocking. Fearing that his newfound fortune might be discovered, he grabbed a baseball bat and searched the entire house. After looking around, he found nothing. He went back inside and made a cup of instant coffee, but then a sound came again from outside the door. He immediately ran out to see if anyone was there. It turned out to be just a few meows from a cat. He thought it was just a stray cat passing by. After returning inside, he first went to the storage room to make sure all the cash was still there. Only then did David feel at ease enough to sleep. However, the next morning, he found his body covered in dirt. These strange events left him in a daze. He nearly got into a car accident on the way. His mental state at work was also extremely poor. Ever since acquiring this fortune, he had hardly slept well, constantly worried that thieves would break in. After getting home from work, David found several muddy footprints on the floor. He compared them to his own shoes and, confirming they weren't his, immediately ran to check the storage room. Fortunately, the fortune was still there. The next day, he arranged to meet his daughter, thinking of telling her about the millions he had dug up, but just as he was about to speak, he swallowed the words back. He was afraid his daughter might covet the fortune, so he lied, saying he had found a high-paying job but was worried about messing it up, and felt anxious. His daughter comforted him for a while before rushing off to a date with her boyfriend, agreeing to visit his newly rented house over the weekend. Soon after, David returned home. The first thing he did was check the money in the storage room. Then he mopped up the muddy footprints on the floor. After that, he hung up his suit. Just as he was about to leave, he heard footsteps coming from outside again.